Are you recording? What's up, guys? Carlo here again. We're back for another video of Carlo's Garage. I'm not even gonna lie. The last 2 weeks we've had basically the 2 weeks from hell. We had so many things go on. Things were just stopping us from doing what we want to really do. And I wasn't able to push out any content. So my apologies, but we're back on our horse. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it moving, all right? So for today, we're gonna be at Octane Fest, Caffeine and Octane at Linear Raceway, which is about 10 minutes from here, from my house. And we're gonna take the hatch. We're super excited to take the hatch out to its first show. We're gonna see how people react to it and all that good stuff. But first, we gotta make sure we wash it, make it look nice and clean. I'm a little bit skeptical about how this is gonna go because, you know, I'm super perfectionist. I don't feel 100% confident in the hatch right now, you know, the moldings and stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. But we're gonna take it, we're gonna, you know, post up over there and then see how people react to it and what people think of it. I still think it's a super clean hatch, so we should get some good reactions and all that good stuff. And we're gonna take you guys along for the ride, all right? So first things first, I gotta make sure I'm gonna wash it. And I'm actually gonna use this Meguiar's Ultimate Wash and Wax. So shout out to Primo Mobile Auto Spa. They're based out of Deltona, Florida. It's my brother out there, and he put me on game with this stuff. This stuff works miracles, all right? You don't even have to buff, you don't have to wax, you don't have to do none of that stuff. You use it, you wash it, you rinse it, and it's good to go. Shines like new. So this stuff, shout out to my boy, and he put me on game with that. We do eventually want to wet sand and buff it to make it look nice and clean, but for right now, I think this will just have to do. Let's go. we're all done. I think she cleans up pretty nice. Y'all let me know in the comments below. But I think she's ready to go. We're all done. We're gonna head out. I'm all sweaty and dirty, so definitely have to get changed real quick. We're gonna do that. Still has some imperfections. You guys, I'm not gonna point them out, but you know me, I'm not, golly, we gotta work on some of these things, but we're gonna get there little by little, all right? We gotta get changed though. We gotta ride out. It's 2:30 now. We gotta be there by 3, so let's go. All right, y'all, we ready? We're about to get it. Octane Fest, Caffeine and Octane, Linear Raceway. And we're gonna ride out, take the hatch. Let's go. right, guys, so we're headed back home from the Caffeine and Octane, or the Octane Fest show in Lanier Raceway. And to be honest, the show was a bust. Unfortunately, the rain and the weather didn't hold up the way that we wanted it to. So lots of cars didn't show up that they were supposed to show up. I didn't really put my car in the showcase, but it was parked in the show. And I got a lot of good reactions. I mean, a lot of people were saying, you know, the car's super clean. They're like, hey, we don't see EG hatches this clean and all that stuff. And that's a testament to what I've been saying about this car. I mean, I've never seen an EG hatch as clean as this car, from like an interior standpoint and like just overall standpoint, like how the car has been maintained through its years. This car is in really, really great shape. So I was pretty stoked about it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that it was pretty cool to hear people's reactions and stuff like that. Definitely motivating. We will be at more shows. So we, you know, all the more to make sure we get it right, get it tip top to my standards, and hopefully we can continue to create good content for you guys to be watching and stuff like that. So appreciate you guys for joining us on this episode of Carlos Garage. Like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, and share. That's the most important part. Thank you guys for the support, and we'll be back in the shop shortly. Appreciate it. Later.